Hey, yo, what's up, you guys? It's the Wrestling Old Head, and before I get into this very controversial and polarizing topic, if you're new around here, stay true around here, and I'll show you what I do around here in the portal of pro wrestling. Today, we are talking about a topic that has maybe come and gone in the wrestling news. There's probably a whole lot of other topics to touch upon, but I am going to talk about this topic. AJ Styles is not retired, and I'm here to prove the doubters wrong. So let's talk about it. AJ Styles had his retirement unceremoniously happen when he loses to Gunther at the Royal Rumble this past January. And what a lot of people are ruminating about is the interview that he had on the podcast with Stephanie McMahon, where he kind of didn't really definitively explain why he didn't take his gloves off and leave them in the ring, or his boots, as a sign of retirement. Legend has it, it's historical. When you are retiring as a professional wrestler, it is customary to leave your boots in the ring. I think it was John Cena who left his wristbands or something in the ring. This is what wrestlers do as a sign to let you know, I'm gone, and that's it. It's been nice. It's been fun. And you've seen countless times where wrestlers have left their boots in the ring. Styles looked like he was going to leave his gloves in the ring. He dropped them, picked them back up, put them back on, and then kind of celebrated in the ring. So it was kind of left to the imagination whether or not this retirement is actually a full retirement or maybe just a semi-retirement while he goes to be with his family and be around his family, have a lighter schedule, maybe give the wrestling world a chance to miss him. He certainly still has it as a professional wrestler. He's still at peak physical condition. He can still wrestle like he's in his 30s. I definitely think he's got a few more matches left in his career. So why this retirement, and what could that mean? Now, obviously, look, this is all rumor and innuendo, because the truth of the matter is AJ Styles is a hot commodity, and I'm sure the WWE is going to do whatever they can to keep him around, whether it be a legend contract, whether try to get him to be trainee or training as a coach or producer, perhaps get him in the backstage area, maybe have him do some seminars with some of the younger talent to help them along further that are in the performance center. Whatever it is, you can bet the WWE is going to try to keep AJ Styles around and contracted in some way to the company, because if he were to go to AEW, I'm telling you, if Tony Khan, and this is a big if, but if Tony Khan were to do this right, it's going to be trouble. I'm telling you. Because what you have right now in the AEW, and look, I'm going to tell you, I grew up in the 90s where it was WCW Nitro and WWF Monday Night Raw. Those two companies, maybe they had some similarities, but for the most part, they were different companies. WCW Nitro focused on the hook at the end of the show. WWE Raw focused on the entertainment aspect. WCW Nitro was more in-ring product, wrestlers from all over the world. WWF was more like these animated superhero type characters that were like comic book pop-ups that did all this outlandish crazy stuff, and they told some interesting stories. Every match had a story. On Nitro, it was more about the in-ring action, and the story revolved around this idea of a takeover from these outsiders that were trying to infiltrate the WCW. And of course, there were little stories here and there. Most of the stories were told in the ring or through promo battles. On Raw, you had stories that took place in the backstage area. They took place on locale. They took place everywhere. It was episodic. So it's okay if a company doesn't do the things that you want them to do, or the things that are similar to what you loved growing up in wrestling, especially if you grew up loving the WWE/WWF. With that being said, AJ Styles showing up in AEW, I can't see why it would be a minus. I can't see why it would be a negative. I think this is a plus if AJ Styles were to show up in AEW. the fresh matchups that he can have. My God, the dream matches. I mean, we have been clamoring as professional wrestling fans, those that are not blurred by the lines in the divide in professional wrestling. We have been wanting to see an AJ Styles Kenny Omega match, an AJ Styles Will Ospreay match. I mean, geez, just to get AJ Styles in the ring with MJF would be huge. Swerve Strickland, the way that Swerve is right now against AJ Styles against Hangman Adam Page would be a competitive match. Maybe Bryan Danielson comes out of retirement and wrestles or teams with AJ Styles at the very least. You've got Samoa Joe hanging around, which would be a fantastic matchup. You've got guys like Brody King, Bandito, the Jet Speed guys, the FTR against AJ Styles in some form or another. AJ Styles having a promo with Cope or Christian. The Hurt Syndicate and AJ Styles. AJ Styles against Kevin Knight against, I mean, there's just so, I mean, I mentioned the Jet Speed guys again, but just, singling out Kevin Knight, that would be a phenomenal match. AJ Styles can put on some great wrestling. He can also have a shorter schedule. He wouldn't be committed to working longer days, longer weeks, traveling all the time. I think this is probably the move for AJ Styles if he were, I mean, here's what Tony Khan is going to have to do. He's going to have to get on the horn with maybe QT Marshall or Dustin Rhodes, and he's going to have to try to get AJ Styles' kid. That's what he's going to have to do. Because on the Stephanie McMahon podcast, AJ Styles made claim that he would love to work with his son, and his son is training to be a professional wrestler. So they're going to have to get the Nightmare Factory somehow to get AJ Styles' kid to come work some matches, to come, work at the AEW Daily's place or something. I don't know. They're gonna have to try. Call Jerry Lynn. Get on the horn with Jerry Lynn. Have him contact AJ Styles. They go back like car seats, and you have to get his son, because if you get his son, this is like Jerry Maguire picking up Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character. I forget his name right now. This is his Ambassador of Quan moment. If he picks up AJ Styles, this could potentially be as big, if not bigger, than the CM Punk signing. Than Cody Rhodes' run for sure. So if Tony Khan gets a chance to get AJ Styles, he cannot blow it, is my point. He has got to make this happen, and he can't flub it up. He can't do something that takes away from the impact of something like this. How phenomenal this can be. Pun intended. If AJ Styles shows up in AEW, the all-in pay-per-view event could be the strongest it's ever been. You can get AJ Styles against Will Ospreay, AJ Styles against Kenny Omega. You can put Will Ospreay in the ring against MJF. You can put Swerve and Hangman Adam Page in a tag team match for the tag titles. This could be one of their biggest pay-per-views of all time if they were to get AJ Styles. Literally, AJ Styles would change the direction of AEW almost overnight. It would be more popular than the fuck Ice chants that they've been getting. 1,000%. And the difference between the fuck Ice chants and AJ Styles is that AJ Styles is an in-ring professional wrestler, and the crowd would be interested because he's the professional wrestler. It's not the chants that'll go worldwide, that'll get traction. It's the fact that they got AJ Styles. There's not too many people in the WWE right now that are as good as AJ Styles, with their background being, coming up through the independent scene, that if they went to AEW, it would be a game changer. I really can't. I don't see anyone currently that has not been in AEW before that had a groundswell of support from TNA and Ring of Honor and the independents that can show up and have as big as an impact as CM Punk and Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole than AJ Styles. This could be Tony Khan's last chance, so he can't blow it. I would give him the most amount of money I could ever give him if I was Tony Khan. I would be pitching this like I was Jerry Maguire. I would show him the money. It's the only way. So I don't think AJ Styles is retired. I don't think he's John Cena retired. I think he's Shawn Michaels retired. And Shawn Michaels retired like 3 different times, and he always came back and he was like better than ever. this is where I think AJ Styles is at currently. I do think he's going to scale it back. I do think he is only going to pop up for like really special moments. But I think for the most part, he's done all he can in the WWE. And if he were to really retire, I'm sure he would entertain wrestling like his buddies, the Young Bucks. Those are his boys. I really think that's the move for him. But you guys, I need to know what you think. I really do. I need to know if you're on board with this idea that I have of AJ Styles eventually showing up in AEW. On top of that, I need to know what you think of AJ Styles' retirement. I'm curious, why you think I'm talking about it this late in the game? Well, it's because I've been thinking about it, and I've been doing some fantasy booking, and it just seems right, y'all. So let me know in the comments down below. Guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you like this video and more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you are always aware of what's going to happen in the portal of pro wrestling. I am the Wrestling Old Head. Stay tuned for more.